So, dann spielen wir mal Bastion.
The Ceylandian army would have recruited him in a flash. The city, its riches nothing but fragments now. Sometimes I want to ask him, why do any of this? But truth is, I don't want to know. Sometimes a brusher's pipe just ain't enough. That's what the carbine's for.
Nochmal. So. Spieße, da. Mal gestartet. Ah. So. Machen wir weiter.
Not everything blew up in the calamity. Why Colford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt. Best to keep out of the cauldron.
Es läuft.
So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too. takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Culford Cauldron. That learning led to some interesting inventions. The raw power of the world fell right into our hands. Playing with the cauldron's fires became an addiction.
Das macht Spaß, wir wissen so zu brennen. Die Stimme aus dem Off recht. Die Viecher wachen dann auf, wenn ich wieder wegrennen muss.
Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here. We discovered other things we're better off not knowing. The unforgiving scent of sulfurous dirt. Taste the air so hot it sticks to your lungs.
Scheiß Blumen. Wir können den ganzen Weg. Scheiß Furzgeist. schießt.
All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot. It's awful hot in there. Never thought we'd find so much life in all that ash. Kept on sifting through the cauldron's secrets anyway. The more ash we swept aside, the more light we found. Place as inhospitable as they come. But still we pressed on. After all, when we look down inside Culford Cauldron, look down through all the smoke and flames. saw in there the heart of the world. The heart now laid bare by the calamity.
Ja, die ganzen Viecher sehe ich, es wird ein richtig beschissener Rückzug.
We had to have it. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Johnson Bob. Kid's thinking he's got to trek all the way back around the cauldron. Luckily, the cauldron cooked up a little shortcut for him. Sure, it ain't the most convenient path. Biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. Well, it ain't polite to stare. And where there's one stink eye, there's always more.
Leichter als gedacht.
The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell. The kid don't shed any tears for him, though. With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city. But all the fires died out. There's nothing left of it. It comes back looking like the inside of a chimney. We're all a little short on friends these days, so that's a welcome sight. Come on, give the little tyke a break. They said the wild could never be tamed. If only they could see us now.
Gemacht. Nee. man mal. Haben wir das?
Live wine so rich, they say it's brought men back from the brink for one last taste.
Etwas Schweres.
He put some finishing touches on the business end of that thing. At least it won't get cold around here with that thing around. On the inside, a fire bellows ain't nothing like its more popular air-spitting cousin. Gotta make sure the pointy end's fastened on real tight. Now we're looking at some serious firepower.
So, this.
The culture. A still life of old unwanted keepsakes. The triggers. My brothers. Bravest men I ever knew. The brushers. They moved in shadows. But the calamity found them. The conscience. We haven't lost everything, long as we have that. When one type of firepower ain't enough, there's always the carbine and the bellows.
Das vergessen.
The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again. The arsenal's complete in case we need protection.
Das hat jetzt wahrscheinlich okay, also hat mir doch was gebracht.
We spotted a pecker carrying a shard to Mount Zan.
Ich probiere jetzt aber erstmal das Ding.
Welcome to Grady Incinerator, home of the hottest wings east of Ceylondia. In all seriousness, the incinerator was a dump, and it had a problem with peckers. Blasted things would swoop in and spread trash all around, until we started using fire. We couldn't just torch them all at once. We had to use restraint. those peckers some respect.
Ja, das ging schön leicht. So, rüsten. Schauen wir uns jetzt noch die Machete an, was die jetzt gekriegt hat.
Who knows why we fought so hard to defend our own trash?
Kram und dann dürfte es passen.
Now that's what I call a knife. Without an insulated air intake, that thing's liable to blow up on you.
So. Ich mache jetzt aber erstmal wieder Schluss. Bastion. Das muss für heute reichen.